See, we as children have to be able to accept our parent, the creator of the universe, that when he says something, because I've had people tell me all the time on a regular enough basis, well, you know, as soon as I understand it, I'll do it, but I don't understand that, so I'm not doing it. Why do you have to understand all the aspects of it? Do you understand what to do? Yes. Do you understand how to do it? Yes. Do you understand when to do it? Yes. So why aren't you doing it? I get that a lot from the men with the seat or the things like that. Well, you know, until I really understand the whole point. Why do you have to understand the point? The point is you're in covenant. And covenant is, he says it, we do it. So what you need to understand is, I trust him enough that I don't have to understand why he said it or what his purpose was. I just have to trust it. So when someone does something and now you imitate it, aren't you choosing the person's ways? So let's be aware that we don't get drawn into this. This is the mob mentality, the bully mentality. And I don't mean the bully individual. I mean when a group bullying. Okay, we see this a lot in politics. We see it a lot in religion. We see it a lot whenever any kind of fringe thing that somebody may turn into a big issue. Maybe something you're turning into a big issue, and then all these people start attacking you. Well, maybe somebody wouldn't have attacked you until all of a sudden they realize others can join in, and then all of a sudden there's this courage in the group mob mentality. Everybody all of a sudden gets this courage to be cruel or to be aggressive, mocking, ridiculing. And so we have to be careful that we're not choosing any of those ways and not envying that. Our mistake, listen now, our mistake of usurping his authority by jumping in to do what he does. It says Yahweh curses and Yahweh blesses. You don't need to jump in and be cruel and be perverse. And see, that's really where in the body this happens. It happens in the form of people thinking they're defending Yah. They're standing up for Yeshua. They're standing up for the truth. They're standing up for the Torah. But they're doing it in a way that they don't understand. Whoa, 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 whoa. The curse of Yahweh is on the house of the wrong. The curse of who? Yahweh. He does it. The blessing, he says, he blesses the home of the righteous. Stay in your lane. Because I know this happens. Please do not be offended. I know all of us have worn this hat. You read a verse, and immediately things like cruel and stuff, you don't think of yourself that way, so you just skip right past that verse quickly. He's talking about somebody else. Be careful. You may actually wear that hat sometimes and not even realize it. The reason you don't realize it, though, is because your definition is not what's actually being talked about here. You know, we spent 3 weeks just going through basically 30 verses. In 3 weeks. Why? Because we want to make sure we're not missing what piece, what element may actually change your life in terms of how you covenant with him. Because it may be that one distinction. That's why we go 20-something, 30 parts, whatever we end up going. Because I don't want you to miss that one little light bulb moment, that aha moment that changes everything for you. And that's why I've told everybody when they get into these things that they are emotionally bonded to. They are now, it's become a part of them, which is why if you don't agree with them, they get personally offended because this is part of their identity. They identify as this calendar, this shape, or this, what they identify that way as who they are. You want to identify something? Identify as covenanted. Identify as Torah observant. Identify as a follower and believer in Messiah. But don't identify as this earther, that this, that, whatever. Don't label yourself. Now it's personal. Okay, I'm going to say something I've said before, but I'm going to expand it. There's a moment in every relationship of a group dynamic where you go from, we'll call it like ger to citizen, or like from visitor to member, or whatever you want to look at it as, where you're no longer checking out the group, but you've decided, this is my family, this is my congregation, this is my group. You know what I'm talking about? At that point, you now feel like you're part of this group and it's part of you. And guess what happens when that happens? Now you think you should have something to say about it. How is he going to know where you really stand on things if you don't get to almost? Think about it. If he doesn't let you get to that edge, to almost dying, almost drowning, almost whatever, how is he going to know, will you stand with him? Will you trust him when it doesn't make any sense and you can't see it and everything is falling apart? That's the covenant relationship that you did. You said, I will obey your voice, and I trust that no matter what things look like, no matter what the situation looks like, all the physical evidence, I'm going to trust that doing what you say will ultimately give me what I need to have. Wisdom dictates that you trust him. Wisdom dictates that you're not afraid of anything but him. Wisdom dictates that you are proud and comfortable declaring who your heavenly Father is and where you stand. But if I tell my boss I can't work on Saturday, he'll fire me. So what? Well, it's easy for you to say, Rabbi, because you know. Well, you don't think I ever had a secular job and had to tell my boss I couldn't work on Saturday? Because without pain and struggle, there's no gain. You need the pain and struggle to change you, to morph you from what you are into what he is. To transform you into what he is takes challenge, pain, discipline. It also demonstrates to him just how serious you are. Because he's not going to have any rebellions in the forever kingdom. He's going to know that he knows, because you'll have demonstrated it, that you are trustworthy under the harshest of circumstances.